What's up, everybody? Once again, my name is Matt, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Phantom Hourglass. In the last episode, we solved all the puzzles here on the Isle of Ruin, and got access to the very next temple. So in this episode, what do you say we head inside, and take on Mutoh's temple? Look at this place. I bet it's packed with traps. We better be extra careful here, Link. And CL is right, this first floor at least has a lot of booby traps to be careful of. The rest of the floors, not so much. Anyways, first things first, let's head over here to the right and grab our bombs because we can blow up this section of wall, and those two switches back at the beginning of the temple, they are timed. So what I'm going to do is throw a bomb next to this one and run all the way over here because once that bomb explodes, it's going to activate this bridge, and this bridge is only going to be up for a few seconds, but once you get across, the timer will stop. So make sure you do that to give yourself enough time to get across, and obviously, yeah, we can step on this switch and create a shortcut back to the beginning of the temple, right through here, which we might make use of. Anyways, let's head up here. And oh no, who would have saw this coming? We gotta fight some enemies. And you can actually use bombs to take those guys out quicker, but I kinda wanna save my bombs for now since we'll be using them a lot through like the first section of this temple. Once we get the item, we probably won't need to worry about them. Anyways, yeah, hit that switch to activate the torch, and now we need to go back to the beginning of the temple again. And pretty much do what we just did, except on the left side of the temple now, so a little bit different. The puzzle's not exactly the same, so what I actually like to do is get over here on this second moving block, and if you look at your map, there is one moving slightly up and to the left of us, so you kind of want to get your timing down, and if you can, take out your boomerang and hit this switch, and gosh dang it, alright, so I hit the wall. I gotta wait for the other block to sort of get into position, because what I'm going to try and do is hit this switch and time it so that way, you know, that switch gets activated, this bridge sort of goes out, and I can just run up over here and hopefully, oh my gosh, that was really close, but yeah, make it on that platform and get across, you know, before the bridge retracts. Alright, so same thing as the other side, and oh, actually, there was also a button that you could press to create a shortcut back to the beginning, although the one on this side, really not as useful, so you know what, I'm not even going to bother going back and hitting that switch because I already know we're not going to use it anyways. Like, we really won't be coming back to the main section of this room. There's sort of like a little tiny section in the dead middle of this room. We'll be going back through there, but everything else is not really needed. Anyways, B1, this area, look on your map. It looks absolutely huge and really confusing, right? Don't worry guys, it's not bad at all. Like I said, this game is very linear, so we'll only be going through this room, you know, a few sections at a time, and it'll be pretty simple. For now, let's just keep going up as far as we can and make our way to the second floor, because basically right now, we kinda just need to get the item from this temple before we can really do much of anything else. Real quick though, there is a chest, and if we open this up, we can get ourselves a Mutoh crown. Alright, sweet. I'm not sure if that's actually worth a lot in this file or not. I don't remember because, my practice file for this game and my normal file, I think they're actually different in terms of, like, you know, what's worth more money, so I don't remember. There was one of these things earlier. I wonder what it is. I think I saw one in the Temple of the Ocean King too. That we did. Looks like a switch, but it's rusty and probably won't budge if you stand on it. So yeah, this is just a rusty switch, and obviously it won't press down with just our weight alone, so we need something to help us out, and well, we'll find that in this room. So first, let's take out these enemies, and wow, if you know, I could actually hit them with a bomb, that would be great and make my life a lot easier. There we go, finally. But yeah, after we take out all these enemies, that giant golden chest will spawn, and guess what's inside? Well, it's kind of obvious. It's actually the item from this temple. So, check it out. We got ourselves the hammer, and this item is freaking awesome, man. I absolutely love the hammer and how it works in this game. So one thing that's cool is Link actually wields like the hammer using his mind, so he doesn't actually hold it at all, which is really, really funny. The hammer can also be used for a number of different things, especially in this temple. Let's read the stone slab though. Touch the footprint, slam the pillar. Alright, so we've seen these things. I'm pretty sure we actually passed one in the Temple of the Ocean King one time. So, yeah, basically just stand on them and bash it down with the hammer to launch yourself upwards. And obviously, we can use the hammer to flip over and take out these turtles, just like how you could in A Link to the Past or A Link Between Worlds. So, there is a little bit of similarity to that item, but I really do like how it's used in this game a little bit more, just because they actually gave the hammer more range, so you don't need to like hold it or be right next to something. You can be kind of far away, which allows for a wider range of like puzzle solving. Alright, so let's head down here now. And again, we're back in that really, really big room, but like I said, we only take on this room like one section at a time. So, let's push this boulder. That way, you know, it can crash into that one. And now we can sort of explore this upper section, but there's a locked door here, so remember that for later on. And instead, we'll just go and take on these Stalfos. Now that we have the hammer, though, we can pretty much just crush them instantly in one hit, so yeah, it makes taking those guys out a lot easier. You can just like smash them into straight up bone dust. Pretty awesome. Anyways, you know, something that's kind of funny is that I thought this temple was a lot longer than it actually is, because maybe by the time like we finish this section of the room, we'll probably be about halfway done, which is crazy. Something important, while you're riding this floating block, there's going to be a ton of switches on your right and your left, as well as a bunch of Stalfos. Make sure you kill all the Stalfos and hit every single switch, including that one on the right. That way, you know, you can make your way onto this platform, otherwise that like spiky roller will not move. Also, down here, pretty important chest because it does contain a courage gem, and I actually miscounted how many gems I had. Real quick though, open up this chest and get yourself a small key. That's a very important chest, so make sure you don't skip it. But, yeah, there's actually, I think, maybe 1 or 2 courage gems and maybe 1 power gem, that I didn't collect before going here that I thought I did, but, I went back and looked, so we probably will have to collect at least 1 gem, you know, after we finish this temple up. Anyways, behind this locked door is this weird like floating triangle. If we hit it, we can flip it upside down, and that is going to lower the water in this temple. So yeah, there are some water-based mechanics, but don't worry guys, it's not nearly as bad as like the water temple or anything like that. Let's read this slab though. The path will open when the mighty attack changes the color of the tiles. Alright, so basically just grab your hammer, hit it in the center, bam, there you go, make all the tiles red, and that's going to unlock the door. So that's going to be a puzzle you see a few times inside this temple. Sometimes it'll be like making it completely red, other times it will just be like copying a pattern that you see somewhere else. Let's grab our arrows though, because right over here there's another one of those triangles, and if we hit it, well, now it'll cause the water to raise back up. So the water only has 2 levels, like on and off pretty much. So it makes it very, very simple to get through here. Again, we just need to flip these over and make it all red. Now, if you stand on a tile and hit with a hammer, it actually makes it so the tile that you're standing on does not get flipped over. So use that to your advantage, you know, when you're flipping over like large sections of tiles, just like that. The doorway unlocked though, we can't actually go through it, but what it was blocking was our access to the triangle from over here. So we can hit this again, and now lower the water back down, and have more access like on this side of the temple. But, really, there's not too much we want to do in this section, except for, like, go right back downstairs. And, this is pretty much exactly where the boss door is, although since we don't have the key, we're just going to ignore that. This one can be a little bit tricky since it's a lot larger, but again, same deal, we just want to make them all red. If you understand how like the shockwave of your hammer works, you can actually use that to flip over like multiple tiles or just the tiles that you want, so that way like these puzzles don't take you nearly as long. And there we go, once they're all red, that bridge will activate, and now we can go back upstairs. Again, there's really not too much we can do in here since we don't have the boss key, but guess what? We're pretty much about to get it. There's really only a few more things that we need to do. Open the path. Create the true form here. So basically, we kind of want to memorize that pattern, although we don't need to memorize it, and I'll show you why in a little bit. So if we hop up here, we can break this open, grab ourselves some arrows. But before we get our bow, grab your boomerang because there's one of those arrow repeaters and we want to point that down. Now, if we grab our bow and shoot an arrow inside that, it's actually going to hit one of these triangles and raise the water level. So I'm pretty sure this is why they wanted you to memorize it, because once the water is raised, you can't really see it. But you can actually just shoot an arrow in this again and lower the water level once you're over here, and now you can just copy the pattern by looking at it. And this makes more sense because you do need to lower the water level anyways after you solve this puzzle. So let me try and do this one real quick because this one's actually pretty easy to get confused on. Alright, so I just kind of like need to swap these two upper tiles. There we go. And now I just need one over here in the middle. So that should be pretty easy. Whoops, hang on, let me flip that over. And there we go, perfect. See, that wasn't so bad. But yeah, that will unlock a door that normally would be covered by water if the water wasn't lowered. But since it already is, we can just hop up here. And now we're sort of like in the middle section of this room. So let's take out this Stalfos real quick and walk past him because there's a chest over here that contains a big green rupee. Alright, so now that we got that, let's push this boulder all the way forward because guess what? There's another new mechanic. We can actually use the hammer to launch boulders up to different platforms. And you know, we can then roll them into other boulders to unblock the path. So you'll be doing that a lot. Don't launch yourself up yet because there's a chest down here. And this one's super important because it contains a small key. And this is the small key that we're pretty much going to use to get the boss key. So now we're back like where we started. Let's go all the way to the right though because there's a whole area we haven't actually explored yet. And we need the small key to actually reach it. So we're pretty much already on the final stretch of this temple. Like, that's insane, man. I swear, like, this temple was a lot longer in my mind. For whatever reason, I just thought it was way longer, but whatever. So yeah, let's just keep bouncing this boulder all the way to the top. This is like the final puzzle that we really need to solve. And now that it's already up there, let's position ourselves right behind it. That way we can roll it all the way forward. And bam, it's going to crash into that boulder. And now we can go up these stairs. And well, check it out. We open up this chest and there we go. We got ourselves the boss key. So, I mean, that's pretty much it. Like, we're done with this temple. Let's just head down these stairs. And the temple is very kind for us because this floating block will take us directly to where the boss door is. The only issue is that, like, along the way, yeah, there are a couple of Stalfos, but we can easily just take those out from afar with our hammer before they even notice us. So, yeah, we're pretty much in the clear now. All we gotta do is put this key in the hole and, like, we're done, man. I cannot believe how quickly we went through this temple, honestly. Like I said, like, for whatever reason, I just thought this temple was, like, 2 times longer at least, but you know what, I'm kind of glad. The boss of this temple is pretty cool though. Sadly, like all the other bosses, it is really easy, but I mean, it's cool to look at nonetheless. So let's just head down here, and well, right through this room is the boss. So of course, let's activate our nice and friendly blue portal so we can get out of here, although we're obviously not ready to leave just yet. We're gonna go and take on the boss. Hope you're ready, guys. Alright, so the screens have changed and the doors have locked. So, here we go. This boss is cool for one reason. Why? It's a giant golem. So this is Eox, Ancient Stone Soldier. Right off the bat, his weak points are those red things all over his body. So my strategy for starting this fight is to just tank up a couple hits and try and take out his middle section of his torso as fast as you possibly can. You should be able to get it in like 2 or 3 jumps. After you do that, you can pretty much run underneath his legs and avoid all of his attacks that way. So just keep wailing on his weak spots, and when you do get behind him, it takes him like a little while for him to notice you, so you can get some free hits in on him. We really only have like his legs and his arms left, and then of course there is his head after that. I find that his arms are like the hardest things to take out because sometimes the game doesn't really register your hits, and they're really not on screen for the longest period of time. So usually I like to take those out after I take out the torso, because you can really worry about the legs anytime. So just worry about the arms for now, and once those are gone, gosh dang it, man, I thought for sure we would have had it there, and nope, we're not going to get it this time. So come on, dude, let me just run underneath you real quick, and hopefully I can take out your arm. Come on, please. There we go. And now we just got to worry about this last leg and then his head, and then the boss will change up a little bit more. And all right, maybe 1 or 2 more hits on this leg, and things will start getting crazy. All right, so there we go. Now his head is exposed, and like it's the only thing left. Only problem is, now if he notices you, he's going to like start shooting arrows at you. So make sure you run underneath him and try to avoid that. His head is also really hard to hit just because it's only on the screen for a couple of seconds, but we took it out already. So now what you want to do is wait for him to face you. There are 4 spots all over his body. You can hit him all at once after one jump, and once you knock those down, his head will come to like ground level. And here's where we switch perspectives real quick. And now what you want to do is wait for him to get close to one of these like launch pads and launch yourself up. That way he moves underneath you and you land on top of his head, and you can hit this giant crystal. That's his weak spot. So let's just wail on this, and I think we need to wail on that one more time with our hammer and we'll be good. So let's lead him back over here, and hopefully we can just like get him to the point where he walks underneath us again. Come on, launch up, and please walk underneath me. Perfect, there we go. Let's just wail on him, and he is done. You could use your sword to hit like that giant blue crystal as well, but I find that the hammer is just a lot quicker. So yeah, there was a lot of explanation for that boss, but we did it. It was still kind of easy, and now looks like we're gonna get some more Sand of Hours for our Phantom Hourglass. So this combined with like all the sand we picked up from the treasures, we probably have close to like 30 minutes in our Phantom Hourglass, which is kind of crazy. Like, I don't really think we're gonna use anywhere close to that, but it's still nice to have in case you make like some major mistakes inside the Temple of the Ocean King. Anyways, there we go. We got more sand for the Phantom Hourglass. How much? 2 minutes have been added. So like any other normal boss. Now that that's done though, there's our chest containing our heart container and the way down to the pure metal. So after we pick this up, we will have 3 heart containers left, all of which are really, really easy to collect. I actually probably could have gotten most of them before even coming here. Anyways, let's head downstairs and see if we can find the King of the Cobble Kingdom, and more importantly, the pure metal. So here's his coffin, let's talk to him. Ah, so you are the one who restored silence to our temple. My name is Mutoh. I am the king of the Great Cobble Kingdom. Only the true hero would have with him the 3 spirits of the Ocean King. Not to mention the ability to defeat that foul beast. I know what you seek. So you say the Ocean King is in dire trouble. I can't help in my current state, but your presence gives me great confidence. I will give you our sacred treasure, the aquanine. Please take it with you. I will now return to my blissful slumber. We are all counting on you to help the Ocean King. Alright, don't worry, I won't let you down. And there it is, man. The aquanine, the last of the 3 pure metals. Let's grab it. And we got the aquanine. It's 1 metal you need to make the sacred sword. Only a sword forged with the 3 pure metals has the power to defeat Golem. You did it! You got the pure metal from this island, Link! Come on, let's hurry back to Linebeck. Indeed, we now have all 3, and now we can make the sacred sword and defeat Golem. Oh man, we're so close to finishing things up, guys. But we'll have to do that in the next episode. So if you guys enjoyed this part, a like rating would be greatly appreciated. If you want to see more, consider subscribing. But once again, guys, my name is Matt. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.